Now I'd like to introduce today's presenters. David Bonner is the Chairman and Chief Executive of Thor Power Corporation. David has been at the forefront of many entrepreneurial projects, leading turnarounds and startups worldwide. David has held executive posts with Massey Ferguson, Perkins Engines, and Alas Copco. Directly following David is Cliff Buckner. Cliff is the Chief Engineer at Thor Power Corporation. He received his BSME with a minor in EE from Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. Since then, he has been a test engineer at Boeing, a plant engineer in Silicon Valley, and a CAD instructor. Now, I'd like to welcome both David and Cliff to today's webinar. Now, to get this webinar started, here's your first speaker, David Bonner. David?
Thank you. Between 2000 and 2050, the world population is expected to grow by 50% to 9 billion people. Most of that growth will occur in developing countries, particularly in Asia, and most of that population is expected to migrate from agricultural land to urban areas. The population development will place great stress on the need to develop energy and therefore potential environmental stress. The only way to mitigate these stresses, population growth, increased urbanization, and energy demand, will be through ever-increasing development of alternative energy. Alternative energy and improved electrical device efficiency, because even though alternative energy production will double in the next 15 years, this will not be sufficient to meet the energy needs of society. The challenges to meet social energy requirements are threefold. First, consider the consequences of not meeting these needs. A gross difference between people with access to energy and those who do not. This disparity in availability to resource will lead to civil unrest. Second, the engineering challenge will be to address the energy problem from both the supply side and the demand side simultaneously, to make more energy available and to improve the efficient use of energy. This will require more multidisciplinary approaches to problem solving, not simply from one perspective. Integrating mechanical, electrical, and electronics design. And finally, people addressing these social energy and engineering challenges must achieve their responsibility in the context of impact on the environment. That is, do no harm, and develop solutions that provide a disproportionate contribution to improving the environment. This next wave of compact power has focused on addressing these challenges.
Hi, I'm Cliff. The Grismir power device uses a rare earth neodymium, very powerful permanent magnet rotor. Along with system efficiency and the cost of rare earth magnets coming down, using this power device is very economical. And without any modifications to the device, it can be used as a motor or a generator. For example, say you put this motor with a pump into a river to extract water. Then when not pumping, just allow the river current to cause the impeller to turn the motor, and it will generate three-phase power with a nice clean sine wave. And it does not matter what direction it rotates to generate the power. Also, the storage of power can be at some distance from the generator by using general power transmission techniques. This motor generator is brushless, so it does not generate electromagnetic fields caused by the sparking. And at 90% efficiency, it is in the IE4 Super Premium category. Combined with our patented controller driver, the system is over 86% efficient. As a generator, because it is brushless, it produces very clean three-phase sine waves. This oscilloscope photo shows the Grismir output without any filtering to the waveform. Any of you who have used oscilloscopes know that they can pick up stray fields. So we are quite pleased with this sine wave output. Precision machining at specific locations has produced a motor with very low vibration and noise. The moving parts are the rotor and the SKF sealed bearings at each end. And at the rated loads for this power device, the SKF bearings should last for decades, giving high reliability with no maintenance. And for safety, all components carrying electric current are triple insulated, exceeding the UL standard. With smooth, variable speed control and maximum torque of 0.6 Newton meters through the full RPM range, the Grismir power device can produce over 2 kilowatts of mechanical power, or as a generator can produce that same power in 3-phase, nice, clean, uniform sine waves. The Grismir power device was designed to be durable with stainless steel shaft, a proprietary coating on the magnet to prevent corrosion, and sealed SKF bearings. One unit ran on a small wind turbine through this last Pennsylvania winter, covered with snow at times, below freezing temperatures, and once 60-mile-an-hour winds, and still produced electricity.
The Grismir power device, together with the patented Trezium variable frequency controller drive, has application to over 19 vertical market segments, as demonstrated in our first market beta test with Global Spec in 2011. Our current market launch points up the same contribution to energy development. Initially, the Grismir power device has shown greatest demand and application for energy creation through alternators, generators, in wind, hydro, thermal, and power takeoff from engines. All of these applications are reflecting the powerful benefits of alternating current being remote from storage, as well as the compact nature of the power device, providing excellent power to weight size characteristics. Okay, there's nothing like putting technology to the test to see if it can deliver. So we have a few actual demonstrations in real-world environments to show you that the Grismir power device will do what we say. The first application is on a wind generator. We call the turbine Aya, I-Y-A, related to the African goddess of the gentle wind. You will see the unit in all of the key areas of performance, from low to high wind, to low noise, kindness to birds and animals, not to mention power generation and the benefit of sine wave VAC. Next, we have hydropower. This application caused us to coat our permanent magnet rotor and use non-corrosive material to provide a more durable, longer life product. This was an independent award-winning project carried out by the University of Ontario Institute of Technology. They did it on the Trent Severn Canal in Canada. This video provides proof to the alternator motor characteristics of the Grismir power device. Listen closely to the participants at the start of the video. Also, the project provided proof to the size of the power pack. It was chosen because it was the best size to power ratio following global research to determine the best.
I'm supposed to go, rotate. No, wait, I didn't rotate.
Well, does it matter which way it goes? As long as it's turning around.
But I mean, at this point, do you need it any further down? It's turning the wrong way.
I don't see why it makes a difference whether it turns one way or the other. It generates electricity, doesn't it? But hey, I got the edge.
Check the volts again, see if that helps it fully.
Oh, look at that.
I don't think I'm reading it.
Good.
Yeah, we're getting more power out of it now.
Okay. Switch.
Okay.
Whoa, look at that. Look at that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. You're filming this, right?
Yeah, we got 9 now.
Yeah, I turn on the load. Okay, got that?
Yeah.
Alright. Now, did you get that?
Turn the ones off.
Finally, in the generator class, we have a power takeoff, PTO, version hooked up to a propane engine, using a propane canister available from camping stores and big box home improvement stores. This environmentally friendly unit proves the benefit of being lightweight, direct drive, and great power. The most noise is actually coming from the propane motor. The perfect sine wave form is lighting the diode lights with VAC. The direct RPM is approximately 3,100 with only ambient cooling, and the flukes will show you the output.
How's it feel?
Very light. Not too bad at all.
About what, 16, 17 pounds, I'm thinking?
If that.
And for our last proof statement, we have a bench display of the Grismir power device running as a motor from 5,000 to 30,000 RPM in 5,000 RPM increments, 6 stages. Moreover, we have proven the unit running at continuously variable analog speed from 11, let me repeat that, 11 RPM up to 30,000 RPM. Perfect for air, fluid, or material control. And at extremely low noise, vibration, and harshness, NVH. At 5,000 RPM, the dBA is approximately 40, less than a whisper, through to 30,000 RPM with approximately a 70 dBA. In conclusion, there is an opportunity today to design and deploy now the highest efficiency motors and generators into the market segment most in need of energy improvement, making simultaneous betterment of both the environment and device appliance performance. Second, this new power device will make a significant contribution to easing economic, environment, and technology pressures and provide new possibilities to policy and programs. Third, growing demand exists for new power systems in both developing and developed economies to ease growth pressures related to economic aspiration and environmental improvement. And last but not least, the emergence of the power device and power systems will mitigate the environmental impact of growth through substantially better electric efficiency and opening the path for shifts in design that will reduce the use of energy and material, where every application to date, the system has been shown to provide the lowest total cost of ownership.
David and Cliff, thank you for your expertise today. Now, we do have some questions that have come in from our attendees, so let's get started with those. Please remember, if we don't get to your question, don't worry. We'll have an answer for you within 24 hours. The complete Q&A transcript, including answers we did not have time for, will be sent to all of our registered attendees and will be posted with the webinar when it goes into the on-demand mode. Now, on to our first question. David, it looks like this question is for you. How secure will rare earth resources be, both availability and price volatility?
The availability of rare earth oxides and the consequent price volatility were artificially created through EPA regulations in the United States and the lack of regulation in China. The Chinese recognize the benefit of regulation and consequent price stability. During this period in the early 2000s, new mine properties were explored in Greenland, Canada, Western Argentina, Australia, and South Africa, not to mention the US. Significant deposits have been discovered. Expect in the future greater availability, price stability. Right now, prices are falling, and markets, much like any other mining commodity.
Thanks, David. It looks like this question is also for you. How much do these cost? Sounds really expensive.
The current cost of our power device is $592. When compared with a $5 Starbucks, that's cheap. But more to the point, as an EI4 product, being over 90% efficient and simultaneously giving many PMAC power benefits, in every application, it's been shown to be the lowest total cost product and the ROI of less than 6 months, and in some cases, weeks.
Okay, Cliff, this question is for you. Is this technology patented?
And the variable frequency controller drive has a utility patent. And in total, we have 13 patents and patents pending. However, it is a very expensive process and exposes the company to copying. So we've protected all of our power devices developments through trade secret management.
Okay, thanks, Cliff. David, it looks like we are back to you for this question. How can we get some to test?
That's quite easy, actually. Access Engineering 360 pages for ordering, or through the thor-power.com contact page. Give us some idea about what you're trying to do, and we'll give you as much help as possible.
Thanks, David, and here's another question for you. How many other companies are doing what you are doing?
We don't have a great deal of resource, but we keep a weather eye on possible copying. Work is being done on PMACs for the over 25 kilowatt market. However, most of the work today in our segment has been within the range within BLDCs and stepper motors. We've not found any other PMAC in our range. If you find one, please let us know.
Thanks, David. Cliff, this question is for you. Do you have bigger/smaller sizes?
Yes, the technology covers from 5 to 60 kilowatt range, but at the moment we are focused on the biggest part of the market segment at 2 kilowatts.
Okay, great. Cliff, here's another question for you. Are you in production now?
Yes, we're in production now, and we are able to ship as soon as we get orders. And we've been shipping now in the first quarter of 2015.
Okay, gentlemen, looks like we have one more question right now. David, this last question is for you. Do you have regulatory authority approvals like the US, Europe, Brazil, Chile, Canada, China, and Australia?
All of our designs and production meet or exceed all world regulatory authority requirements. For example, our power device is triple insulated. Safety is job one for us. However, the approval process is expensive and time consuming. Therefore, as we progress, we will make application to the various approval authorities.
Well, David and Cliff, thanks so much for spending some time with all of us today and sharing such great information. We're going to have to wrap up this webinar right there. And thanks to all of our audience members for being part of this webinar event.